So sometimes on the weekends we'd be on the beach laying with our friends and hanging out, and there would be a massive pile of trash right next to you. And a lot of the times what we saw in these piles of trash were single-use plastic items, whether it was the bag, the straw, the bottle. And when we were swimming in the ocean, sometimes we'd feel these plastic bags wrapping around our legs, and it really showed, in a sense that plastic was strangling us all the time. We constantly ask, what's someone going to do about this? And I think you sometimes forget that you can be that someone. So 6 years ago, when we began our campaign, plastic bags were used widely in Bali. I remember the first few times we were like, okay, we don't want a plastic bag. They'd look at us confused and they'd double bag it, even. But we've come such a long way in 6 years. Recently, we have seen definitely a change in mindset when you go to a store or a restaurant and they don't serve a plastic straw, or you don't receive a plastic bag and you ask them why. They respond with, it's the law now, you can't use a plastic bag. And unfortunately, since it's only been really recently that it's been implemented, we still do see a few single-use plastic bags being used. And so that really shows that just because these regulations and policies are now there, it doesn't mean the work is finished. It means that we have to go harder to ensure that these policies and regulations are implemented and enforced properly and thoroughly. We've always had the message of saying no to plastic bags, but it's also sort of become a movement that kids can do things. My sister and I started when we were 10 and 12 years old, and our entire team, locally and globally, are all middle school students, high school students, or university students. And so we really embody the message that kids can do things. And so naturally, our next project that we're hoping to launch in the next 2 months is called Youthtopia, where we believe empowered young people can accelerate change. And so we hope to create spaces, platforms, and a sort of headquarters for young people to come together to create solutions and to become real-world change makers.